Did the United States just get downgraded to a banana republic? Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea, hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing. All the humble opinion of this piano Zamboni bringing the The FOMO index has remained at 53, frozen in a state of market math. Bitcoin dominance is 48.5%, 24-hour volume is 39 billion, and the overall market cap is 1.18 give or take 100 million. Well, it looks like we had what some legacy market analysts used to call a little pump. Nothing to write home about, but hey, the market moved and we're happy, right? Yeah, we're happy. Right before she decided to pump, the market remembered, oh snap, I have to wreck a bunch of longs and take out their stop losses. Finding a bottom and a bounce at 28.5, then exploded up and out of our channel of eternal monotony, peaking out at 30K, where she stood face to face with the 200 moving average and whispered, just kidding, and careened back down to a time of production, 29.3. And with such low trading volume, moving the price around this 5% swing is like a cat batting a dead mouse around. There's simply not much resistance either way. I'm not getting too excited until I see us retest resistance up at 29.8, and with such a hardcore insta-rejection, we may shame dump down to the dastardly 28.2 support level we've been droning on and on about ad nauseum for weeks now. Now over on the ding-dong. Optimistically, it was a cute little reversal candle, and if we squint our eyes, we can convince ourselves that we are putting in higher lows, but it's barely and little bit of a reach. We can scooch back above the 20 and the 50 moving average and tuck ourselves back into our old channel of eternal monotony. We can maybe start dismissing the past couple weeks as this bear swings low, but not until we're back up above 29.8. Quick look at the Wookiee. Sees we're almost at the halfway mark of our ascending channel. I like the bounce we got off the 20 moving average, which is also in the neighborhood of the 50% fib level. So that double whammy of support may be the reversal momentum to push us back up to our resistance level at 31.4, but with the market digesting the United States' recent credit rating downgrade to AA plus from AAA, the fundamental waters may get a little murky and turbulent, but is it any surprise that an economy with almost zero production, 90% consumption, was downgraded? Between the trillions of dollars in debt, the non-existent debt ceiling, and the drunken sailor psychopath dinosaurs printing their fiat blood money into oblivion, well, my friends, it's days like these I'm ecstatic I'm invested in Bitcoin. Would you look at that, my friends? The sun's up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth, a day none of us were guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, so get out there and knock them dead. And remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected elites. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a cup of coffee, join me for a quick one, and sing me out, won't you? On the banks of Boom Dash Bang. Whoa! Ching. Another beautiful day here on planet Earth, a day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, but we're lucky enough to have them anyway. Good morning, Troy and Christopher Selden, Terry Rooster, North Carolina, Troy in Huntington Beach. I'd like to be in Huntington Beach, you know. Squeaky McGee, Scotty Moe, Jolly Peanuts, Edgewood Modern, in Canada, Vancouver. That's something. CW, Robert Stevenson, Charlie, Randy, a bite, Dave Digital. Mark Bruce, watching from sunny Scotland, longtime follower from the BitBoy days. Appreciate the laid-back and non-biased TA. Always look forward to the humor. Great contact. You will surge in the next bull run. Well, thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in. What time is it in sunny Scotland, I wonder? I forgot to do a bunch of setups. So yesterday, if you watched the stream, I had no volume. And after a little bit of research, I realized, user error, I had the volume at 0. So I didn't have the volume up. So it turns out it was user error after all. Casey Powell, good morning from Oklahoma. And Bobby Freeman. Bobby, are you moving right now on your way to the Promised Land, Florida? Edgewood says, you're turning me into an early riser here on the West Coast. Yeah, I guess it's 6:08. Well, Edgewood, I feel like I will always have the belt when it comes to waking up early, because I got to get up at 3:30 to click on the charts and see that, yeah, 29.3. Well, today actually it was 29.4 when I got up, dipped to 29.3, and then it kind of shot up there a second ago to 29.6, and now we're heading back to 29.4. But that's no surprise. I mean, what is there to really pump it up? Now, historically, when was the last time they got downgraded? 10 years ago? Was it 2011, 2012, something like that? Last time they got downgraded, I think the market's dipped 5%. There's a wasp flying there. Oh, no. Wow. See that light up there? You can't really see it. It looks like a little bird's nest. I can't tell if Duke made that bird's nest or Boyd made that Boyd nest. But right in there, the wasps go in. Thank you for all the DMs yesterday about how to get rid of these wasps. The problem is that they're in a little hole, right? So like to put water in there, to put anything in there, you kind of need that WD-40 hole to get in there, and then I'm just spraying into the house. So. Just burn the house down, Joe Blow says. Just be done with it. Burn the whole house down, yes. Well, you know, when it rains and it floods this in the studio, it doesn't flood. I mean, it gets wet. So I have, if you can imagine the cords in a studio, well, I have them all kind of up on stupid things.
to avoid them getting wet. So it is a little bit of a annoyance. And then you got the wasp's nest, like 2. I think it's 3. Bang. You can see one I just went in there. Then right to the side of it, that's probably 1, but they're just getting in different ways. And right underneath the stairs, another one. Yeah. Breaking Free says there's guys for that. Yeah. I just keep thinking that they'll go away. But we've all been stung now. So who knows? So when was the last time it all went? It went down 5%, 7%, 8%. I'm beginning to think that we don't really have a true economy anymore. I mean, with the government intervention, we no longer have recessions. We just have the fear of a recession. We have the talk of a recession. But we don't really have a full recession ever. But this is where I've been thinking with this concept of like macro bearish divergence in the U.S. economy anyway. Who cares about Canadian economy? We're just like little brother in the attic that just does whatever the U.S. says. Anyway, the bearish divergence in the macro economy is that it seems everything's going up. Seems everything's doing well. I mean, despite what it should be doing. But my belief is that things are going up, but all the information and data is going down. So you have the middle class cycling through savings and moving on to credit cards. I think that's already happened now, and now people are kind of on fumes. And the problem is that it's like we had this period where no one was working, and then that's when they were in their savings and their credit cards, etc. Now that the roosters have come home to roost, is that the saying? Something's come home to roost. Now they have to go get jobs. So just when old Scotch on the Rocks booze breath Jerry Pow Pow was looking for the job numbers to change, now we're going to see increased people getting jobs. And he wants to see Max Payne. He wants to see nobody working. He wants to see nobody with money. And then at the last second, in the 11th macroeconomic hour, he'll be like, okay, and switch it on. But until he gets that, I don't know. It's just, we got the bearish divergence, and then maybe that's when it'll drop. But who knows? Terry Rooster, gold and precious metal companies are starting to put the fear in people about CBDCs, but how long will that gold last? CBDCs just need to be stopped outright. Yeah, well, I don't think they are. CBDCs will come out and they'll be instantly adopted. Because everyone, or not everyone, but the majority of people retired, the majority of people in the workforce, and the majority of people immigrating into the countries will be on the dole. They'll be coming into the countries, they'll be incentivized. How are they going to get it? Cash? No. They're going to give them a CBDC, and they'll be like, thank God I got a CBDC. Everyone on pension, well, if you want to get your pension, you want to get your, I think it's called Canadian CPP or something like that. They'll be paid in CBDC. You have to convert, and everyone who's working a job and gets immediately taxed every paycheck, just right off the top, they're going to get their tax return, which is just, you're not getting any money from the government. The government is just giving you the money they took from you a year ago, interest-free, back to you. But they'll give it back to you in a CBDC. So it'll just be like a tidal wave of CBDCs, and yeah, we'll all hold out, Terry Rooster. And, the gold and the silver guys will be clutching that, saying that it's the future. And what I do, I like the aspect of gold and silver as sound money. makes sense. But no one's willing to exchange, or you're kind of like the small little community of people that are exchanging gold and silver for what? I think if you've been a gold bug long enough, I've had gold for a while just because I'm an anarchist, I guess, a doomsdayer. I just think everything's kind of going to shit. So I have that as my hedge against doomsday. But at the same time, my common sense tells me if the shit hits the fan, what good is an ounce of gold? You know, I could see maybe silver being traded, but I mean, people have to accept it again, right? If they don't accept it, you're not going to do anything. I always say that that's the point where you have to convert it into bullets. Sneaky Pete vaporizes, my body is a temple, therefore I'm a church and ergo taxes exempt. I 100% agree with you, Sneaky Pete. I couldn't have put it better. And I mean, this is kind of controversial statement, and I know a lot of people can't do it because they work, but I mean, to a certain degree, if you don't agree with what the government's doing, quit funding them. How do you quit fund them? Well, one is the income tax. Find a way to start a business and pay taxes in an expense type of way. Let's just make it longer before they get it. The fact that they can just reach in, yoink, and take out of your job your money. I mean, I've said this before. That was the TSN turning point of my life. Is my first job when I looked at my check and basically half of it was gone. I was at Safeway, so it was like a union. I didn't know I was in a union. And then income tax. I was like, never again. Lead and brass will be king if poop hits the fan. Yes, I agree. If you have it. It's hard to get the first one of that in Canada unless you know somebody. And then it's in the black market, really. But speaking of CBDCs, I heard one country, what is it, Kenya? Do I have it here? Yes. Kenya halts WorldCoin. Now, when I saw this, I'm like, wait a second. Does that mean the government of Kenya is looking out for its citizens? No, they wouldn't do that. They want to rob from their citizens. They want their citizens to, give them all their money and then die and then take a little bit more money. They don't want to save them. I imagine that in Canada. Once Canada gets offered the WorldCoin, holy smokes! You will see the lineups like you see at wherever these lineups are. Like I don't know where these cities are in Spain or whatever. You'll see them in Canada. And our simp and cuck Prime Minister Trudeau will welcome it with open arms. He'll be the first. You'll see him like when he's getting the vaccine and everything. You'll have like a moment there where it feels so good when you stick your eye in this orb and it just takes your information. Like you feel energetic. Duke said, only one knocked at it. That's been two. Niger and other African countries may be going the route of Gaddafi. Yeah, well, that's what'll happen, right? You go against the central banks. I think Kenya will get a little knock on the door. Yeah, we heard you're not implementing WorldCoin. We're going to have to go ahead and get you to reverse your stance on that. And that'll probably be in the next week. You'll see it. Oh, Kenya allows WorldCoin. What's he doing? I just saw him in the thing there. He's probably in the mirror trying to make himself look good. I told him not to come out until he's dressed. He was in his underwear. Oh, there he is. Don't worry about those wasps. You gotta come quick, or else they'll say, "Hey, what's that? Oh, that's a cute little boy. Maybe we'll go get him." So, Duke, are you bullish or bearish? Bullish?
Yeah.
How come?
Nanny's watching.
How do you know Nanny's watching?
Because she always watches the live streams.
That's true. Breaking Free says, "What up, Duke?" Want to say hi to Breaking Free?
Where's Breaking Free?
He's there. I don't know where he's tuning in from. Anyway, can you sing the good people out? They've tuned in to join us for a nice cup of coffee. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Duke's going to take a deep breath in from his diaphragm and sing us out. Florida, Breaking Free's in Florida. We got to move this piano bar to Florida already. Florida, Costa Rica, Belize, somewhere. Okay, Duke, let it fly.
We're playing the same game as our psychopathical acted elites. That's right, it's a long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. I want the banks to boom to spank. Bitcoin, crypto, money.
Have a good day, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Make sure you like and subscribe.